Some announcements, in airports and on cruise ships, signal a serious emergency. Others inform staff that a queasy passenger has thrown up on the top deck. Here we reveal the meaning behind the codes. Cruise ship codes as our travel truth. What happens when someone dies on a cruise? Reveals. The announcement, Operation Bright Star, signals a medical emergency. Operation Rising Star means a passenger has passed away. Of less concern would be a warning about a PVI, which stands for Public Vomiting Incident, or 30 to 30, which is used by some cruise lines to ask for staff to assist with cleaning up a mess. You might also hear one of these other coded announcements on your next cruise or ferry trip, but hopey not. They will vary according to your operator. Code Red Outbreak of norovirus or illness. It means the ship must undergo deep cleaning and sick passengers should stay in the rooms. Code Green and Code Yellow indicate less severe problems. Mr. Skylight, Alpha, 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 Code Blue, or Star Code, Star Code, Star Code, Medical Emergency. Mr. Mob or Oscar, 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 Man overboard. How to survive if you fall from a cruise ship. Charlie, 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 Security Threat. Echo, 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 possible collision with another ship, or in other cases a warning of high winds. Red parties, red parties, red parties, Alpha team, Alpha team, Alpha team. A priority 1, possible fire on board. Bravo, 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 fire or other serious incident. Delta, damage to the ship. Papa, pollution or oil spill. A cruise ship sails past Venice. Credit, 2016. James D. Morgan, James D. Morgan. Sierra, call for a stretcher. Priority 2, leak. Quilo, all staff to report to emergency posts. A fire or emergency may simply be indicated by a ringing of the general alarm bell. 7. A more short blast of the ship's whistle, followed by one long blast, means passengers should assemble at their muster stations. Cruise secrets. 12 things you didn't know about holidays at sea. London Underground announcements. The best known code is Inspector Sands, or simply Mr. Sands, which refers to a potential emergency such as a fire or bomb scare. It is used on the Tube, as well as the wider UK rail network, and at theatres. Sands, because buckets of sand would be used to put out the fire. The numbered codes are nothing to be alarmed about, and simply refer to cleaning jobs. Code 1 blood. Code 2 urine, feces. Code 3 vomit. Code 4 spillage. Code 5 broken glass. Code 6 litter. Code 7 anything that doesn't fit into these categories. Code 2 don't ask. Credit, AFP licenses. Daniel Leal OLIVAS. Airport emergencies. Code Bravo is the code for a general security alert at an airport. Security officials will typically yell it at travelers, and may order them to freeze, to deliberately scare them and make it easier to pinpoint the source of the threat. More often than not, it will probably be a drill, as this amusing account explains. Code Adam may be used to alert staff of a missing child. Chungi, hands down, the world's greatest airport. Credit, Alamy aircraft emergencies. We've all heard of Mayday, which means an aircraft or ship is facing imminent danger. Few will know about pan, from the French pan, meaning a breakdown, which refers to a slightly less grave danger. 7500 is a transponder code, which means an aircraft has been, or is threatened with, hijacking. 7700 is a more general emergency code. 7600 indicated a radio failure. To glance, U.S. police codes. Cabin crew jargon. On a lighter note, Charlotte Southcott, a flight attendant at Monarch Airlines, recently revealed to Telegraph Travel some of the curious lingo used at 35,000 feet. Arm and cross-check. Prior to departure, the plane exits are put into emergency mode. If an armed door is opened, the emergency slide will inflate. The cabin crew will cross-check to ensure that the opposite doors have been armed. Upon arrival, you're likely to hear doors to manual. Debrief. Every little detail of every flight is recorded on the debrief, including medical situation, disruptive passengers, or a catering problem. Hat bin. Another term for the overhead bins. Why are these called hat bins? Surely they're not used for hats. Well, in the 1960s, when flying was extremely glamorous, they actually were hot bit, the heated part of an in-flight meal. Gash bag, the rubbish bag. Another military term. Apparently if you were the gash man in the Navy you got all the rubbish jobs. Landing lips, that last slick of lippy we apply to look fresh as a daisy before we land. The confessions of an air hostess. Plonky kits, a bag of essentials carried by flight attendants. Apparently this originates from the ship's galleys. Hours tend to contain ice tongs, oven gloves, small clippers, a sewing kit and a clothes brush. Starburst. You'll see this happen when a service is started in the middle of the cabin and the trolleys work out towards the galleys. Pilot speak. Patrick Smith, pilot and author of Cockpit Confidential, a book on air travel, reveals all call, a request that each flight attendant report via intercom from his or her station, a sort of flight attendant conference call. Last-minute paperwork. The flight is ready for pushback, then comes the wait for last-minute paperwork. Usually it's something to do with the weight and balance record, a revision to the flight plan, or waiting for the maintenance guys to deal with a write-up and get the logbook in order. What's our EFC time? Credit. Nikolai Sorokin. Fotolia. Flight level, a fancy way of telling you how many thousands of feet you are above sea level. Just add a couple of zeros. Flight level 3300 is 33,000 feet. Ground stop. This is when departures to one or more destination are curtailed by air traffic control, usually due to a traffic backlog. EFC time. The expect further clearance time, sometimes called a release time, is the point at which a crew expects to be set free from a holding pattern. Deadhead. A deadheading pilot or flight attendant is one repositioning as part of an on-duty assignment. This is not the same as commuting to work or engaging in personal travel. Gatehouse, an idiosyncratic way of saying the gate area or boarding lounge. Ramp, the aircraft parking zones. Alley, a taxiway. Apron, any expanse of tarmac that is not a runway or taxiway. Areas where planes park or are otherwise serviced. At this time. Example, at this time, we ask that you please put away all electronic devices. Meaning, now, or presently. This is air travel's signature euphemism.